I'll ask you about DeMar. I think a lot of people forget that he's still just 27. He's growing as a player. Where do you see his next step individually? What does he need to do to get better, to take that next step?
Well, I think this is one of the better camps he's had since I've been here. You know, just the way the game is, he letting the game come to him. He's not forcing anything. There's no frustration. I just think the maturity, he's an old 27. You know, the game has slowed down for him. Defensively, he's anticipating much better, getting his body. And I'm looking at his body. He's done a great job with his body this summer, his shoulders, his upper body. You know, I'm really impressed with DeMar, the way he's come into camp. And Kyle. Kyle's is in great shape. So our two leaders have both come into camp ready, mentally ready, physically ready. And again, we still got to play the games. But I really like the way they've come and approached camp.
Both you and Masai talked after the playoffs, after Jonas had a strong start to the postseason before getting hurt, about him taking the next step this year. What does he have to do? What are you looking for from him in camp to show that he's ready to?
Well, for me, defensively, I think, you know, I've said this before, he's got to continue to improve with his pick and roll defense, rim protection, all the things you want your big man to do. JV can score. I don't know if our offense is constituted for him to get as many touches. You know, we're probably going to have to do that some more to get some more points in the post. But mainly for him to take the next step is for us is on the defensive end. And again, he's doing a heck of a job of getting down in the stance, keeping the ball in front of him, a better job. I thought that started last year in the playoffs before he got hurt. You know, just to continue to improve, because he can score. I mean, I always said, too, the next evolution for him is to venture out and start shooting a three-point shot. I think that's something that at some point in his career he's going to be able to do, because he has a great shooting touch. Jack Sigma is doing an excellent job with him, working with him on his jump shot. So, again, right now I really think he's still having a little lag from coming from Europe, coming from the Olympics, and he hasn't done anything. So right now he's working his way back into tip-top shape and into game shape. But that's something that I think he's working on to get by the end of this month.
Because, as you mentioned, Kyle and DeMar have the ball in their hands so much, and so much of the offense is designed around what they do. Those additional opportunities that Jonas has, even if it's only an extra shot or two here and there, are those things that can happen naturally in the offense, or do you have to kind of add new wrinkles to what you guys do?
No, I think with DeMar's approach, the way the game is slowed down for him, I think DeMar has a better understanding of where his shots are coming from. I think naturally they're going to look for Jonas more, and understanding their shots are still going to come. And again, Jonas's challenge is to make sure he gets deep post position. So many times he allows the defense to force him out off his sweet spot, and I think he's got to learn to, continue to learn to use his body, establish low post position, and keep it, and not get pushed out. And again, that comes with time. You're talking about age, you're talking about DeMar growing. Think about how young Jonas is in this league and the expectations he's had over the years, and still has a lot of growing to do, and a lot of potential there. So those guys are still young in this league, and that's the beauty part of our team is, we do have a lot of potential. People don't want to hear it, but we're one of the youngest teams in the league with those guys, and I really like Jonas's future because he is has great hands. He can score, and at the end of the games, he can make free throws. So the sky's the limit for him.
Dwane, there's a school of thought out there that maybe you guys have you've reached that potential already, and you're maxed out. What do you say to that?
Well, just look at the age. Father Time in this league. What wins in this league is experience. Habitually, I mean, you got to have experienced players and have experience to win consistently at a high level in this league, and that's where we're gaining. We've gained it. The lucky thing for us, we've done it at a young age, and now our challenge is to continue to do it night in and night out, on a consistent basis and learn and grow as the year goes on and win. So, like I've said, it's the hardest thing to do in sports, and our guys are doing it on the in front of our eyes. So that's what I like about our team. Again, it's not going to be easy. A lot of teams have gotten good in this league, so our challenge is to ramp it back up again and play with that chip on our shoulder. And every night we have to take that as a challenge and go in, again, I'm not saying not to go in with fear, but go in expecting to win, but accept the challenge each and every night.
To get better, do you see those improvements coming from within the core that you already have, or are the improvements going to have to come from maybe the new guys?
We new guys and the guys from within. I think the new guys are going to push the old guys. The way Jakob is playing, the way Pascal is playing, two young guys in Freddie and also with Drew. Those two young guys are really playing well. You got Norm pushing T. Ross, so I love the competition in the camp. So, and again, through that competition, each guy they better get better, or somebody's going to catch them from behind. So that's the good thing about our team right now. Again, we got to go out and do it when the lights come on, and that's why exhibition camp and seeing what our young guys can do under pressure, under lights, is going to reveal a lot.
How would you rank the competition level this year compared to previous years? Like, is it higher because of all that?
It is higher. It is higher. I think, we got, I don't know how many guys we had last year that could, make an NBA roster easily. And we got guys now, whether it's Drew Crawford and Fred VanVleet, they're NBA players, all those guys. And then Yannick is a heck of a prospect also. So I don't know if we've ever had as many possible roster guys in our camp, and so that's what's good to see. And what it does, it pushes our older guys, and they can't come in. Our scrimmages have been very competitive from that.
Dwane, with the front court looking so different defensively, has the message of raising the defensive level on the perimeter been received well so far?
Well, I hope so. It better be, because you don't have that athletic spring yet. We haven't found him yet. I think in time, Pascal, Yannick, and JV will do it in different ways with their length. Sully would do it with a different way with his intelligence. So our wing and guards have to do a better job of containing the ball, keeping the ball in front of them. So far, so good, Sherm. And, again, it's a long year, it's a long season, and our challenge is to make sure we're consistent with that defensive focus and effort.
Dwane, I asked DeMar about the fact that, prior to last season, you guys were a first-round team, and DeMar getting to that third round, basically 2 wins away from getting to the finals. I asked him what he felt he needed to do to make that next step as a leader. You having won a championship, what are some of the things that you've told him in terms of just making that next step? Because that's the hardest jump.
It's a hard jump. Again, consistent approach with our defense, and being able to carry it on the road with you in tough settings. I think it's something that it will really be that's where that experience comes in. I don't know if we got caught in the lights or whatever at Cleveland, but being able to compete under pressure in those situations says a lot, and the only way you get that is through experience. None of those guys have been there before, and I know the second time around will be much easier. The championship team we had in Dallas, those guys had done everything, seen everything, done everything. A lot of them had been there before and made their job a lot easier once you know what it is, you know what pressure smells like and tastes like, and being able to execute in those settings. And that's our next challenge, to be able to execute under pressure in hostile environments against the most talented teams in the league.